It's time for a brand new Switched at Birth after show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. It's episode 3 of season 5. Surprise! We have so much to talk about. Stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello. Welcome to the Switched at Birth after show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. I don't know if you know this song, but I'm all by myself, guys. I'm Yael Tygiel. I'm here. I'm all alone. Except for the voice of the chat, Becca's here. Hello. Is your mic on?
I don't know.
There it is. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is season 5, episode 3. Surprise! I'm Yael Tygiel. You can tweet at me at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. This song. This is how I feel. Make sure you have subscribed on youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Subscribe on iTunes and SoundCloud as well. I want to cry right now. I want to cry, Becca.
Meanwhile, I'm just over here laughing.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's start with Daphne this episode. Because this episode, at like 20 minutes in, I was thinking, what, is the show almost done? Because so much has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah?
A lot did happen.
A lot did happen. So let's start with Daphne. Daphne's going through PTSD, which I'm going to call some BS on. And Daphne tells the parents about what happened to Bae, which is crazy shenanigans. They shouldn't have told them. I personally think they shouldn't have told them, but these girls are really bad at keeping secrets, as we know.
I think if they were going to tell, they should have told from the beginning.
Yeah, agreed.
Makes it a lot better.
Yeah, but this whole Daphne, like, freaking out about Bae almost dying, it makes me go, Daphne, girl, it's not about you. Like, your sister almost died. It's not about you. You can't be all, oh, I had such a hard time because she almost died. It's not about you. Yes?
Yeah, go on.
All right, no thoughts from the chat?
Not yet about
Okay.
the subject.
Not about this subject. Well, so
About
we find out that the deal with Daphne's PTSD coming back is because of Iris. All this stuff with Iris is bringing up these feelings, and Luca is pointing out the situation, right? Which is great. Because John wants Luca and Daphne to be a thing, which I think is so freaking hilarious. That John is like, Daphne needs a man in her life, because that's so not John.
That was pretty funny, and I kind of wish my dad would go and play matchmaker for me.
You want him to match you up with your mom's boyfriend?
No, not, well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, Becca. Yeah. I really like, though, that Regina was like, I'm coming clean with everybody. I want everyone to know. But she seems to be having a much harder time with what's going on with Luca than everyone else, right? John was like, you're right. I shouldn't have reacted this way. And Daphne was like, he's great. It's fine. And so she's struggling. And I feel like that's where we're headed, is just she's going to be like, I have the problem. I know that no one else does, but I have this problem.
Guilty conscience.
For nothing. She has no reason to be guilty. Are there any thoughts in the chat about Daphne or Luca or Regina?
About the Daphne and Bae subject, Kane Orton says, I hate basically what you said. Mm-hmm. I hated that Daphne went and made Bae sickness about her. Yeah. I don't know why I'm upset about it, because that's typical Daphne.
Wow, those are fighting words. I like it. It's funny because both these girls make everything about them, right? Like, they both have the same problem where they'll make it about themselves. So it's not that surprising from Daphne, but it is really irritating.
Yeah, no, they're very, I get this, and spoiled.
Well, yes. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, most of this episode had to do with other people that we want to talk about. So I'm going to take a moment to thank everyone for tuning in. I know we just started the show, but I want to thank you for joining us, even though I'm alone. I want to thank you so much for joining me. And usually Hannah and Kelsey are here. Becca on the chat. Thank you for being here, Becca.
Of course.
We have, you all can't see her do an adorable face. Good.
I'll send a picture.
No, do not send a picture. We got an iTunes review, so please go to iTunes, subscribe so you don't miss a single episode, then hit the ratings. If you like us, you can give us 5 stars. If you don't like us, you can give us 4 stars. The other stars, they don't work, so don't bother trying them. 1 through 3, not a thing. And if you write a review, if you bang on your keyboard, if you put in emojis or just make letters, whatever you write, we'll read live on the air. That is our promise to you. I say our because usually there are other people. I promise that it's not always me. If you're just tuning in, I'm Yael Tygiel. All right, so we got a review from a few days ago, and it's a 5-star review. My favorite podcast from Manders. I can read. Thank you. Manders219. Who says, I've been a Switched at Birth fan from the beginning, yet I had nobody to watch the show with me. Enter this podcast. Yael and Hannah are so funny and witty with their commentary on the show, and appreciation for all the hot cast members. Take me to church. Yeah, for those who don't know, last season we called Eric Bishop just Bishop, played by the delicious Terrell Tilford, and every time we said his name, Hannah had that song, Take Me to Church, in her head.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like they're my friends discussing the episode with me. I am sad this is the last season, but I've enjoyed listening to Yael and Hannah discuss the episodes. Thank you, ladies. Y'all are awesome. It's Yael. But thank you, Manders. I can read. Manders, for joining us, and thank you so much for writing a review. That's right. It's the last season. So if you haven't written a review, do it now. Now's a good time. Okay? Yes.
People in the chat are pointing out that everyone but Bay knows about the secret,
Which secret?
The Lucas secret.
Oh.
Which
That's true. Bay still doesn't know about Luca. That is a very good point. Because at the end of the episode, Regina was like, oh, I'll tell her when I find a time. This always happens. Always. Regina did that when there was the drama with Bishop. Everybody.
She's going to get mad.
Yeah. And for no reason. She has no reason.
It's awkward.
What? Because she was the last to know. Girl, somebody has to be last to know. You need to suck it up. Yeah. I want to talk about Toby and Lily and the wedding. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to Greg, who tweeted his prediction that Toby's gambling problem would come right back, making it a callback to season 1. So yeah, Greg, good job. And he retweeted his tweet to show me that he had called it, and he did. Good job. So Toby and Lily are back, which is so cute. I love Lily. I love that they introduced that Lily's Jewish. That was real fun for me. And that they had to explain what a chuppah is, because that's hilarious.
The baby is super cute.
So baby Carlton is there. For those who, for some reason, don't know, I dislike children.
I love children.
Yep, not a fan. So also there was a child. Lily and Toby. There was also a child, and their child are home. They have a big surprise that they've decided they're getting married that night at the house. I feel like Catherine should have been so much angrier.
I feel like both parents should have been angry.
Nah, John doesn't really care about anything. Catherine should have been so angry because it's her first child's wedding. It's a big deal, but like over this last season and this season, she is like real relaxed, real like whatever, we'll take it, we'll figure it out. I wonder how high she is. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's gonna be a twist that Catherine's been smoking pot.
She just doesn't care about anything right now.
I don't care.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So we have this wedding thing. When they keep talking about how much money Toby's making at his DJing gig and all this traveling he's doing, I went, there is no way that this boy, who thankfully shaved that gross facial hair off of his face, is making that much money as a European DJ, especially as an American being a European DJ. They got great DJs in Europe. There's no way that they're like, oh, this American, he's much better than ours. I won't allow it. So the gambling was not that surprising. It was a great callback, like Greg said it would be. And it was a really nice way to like wrap up the show and feel like he has these problems and and Momzilla has these problems.
Momzilla.
Yeah.
That was the worst.
I love that he called her Momzilla. I also love that he told her, because they should have been communicating, right? They're a married couple. Well, now they're married, but they're a couple who is raising a child and moved across the world together. They should be talking. And it surprises me that they're not.
Yeah.
Any thoughts from the chat?
Hold it.
Are you paying attention to the chat, Becca?
Yeah.
Becca sits here while I abuse her. That's how the show works. I yell at her. Yes, Becca?
Not about Lily and
Everyone wants
Toby,
to get to Bay?
But no. There's a comment about Daphne being the minister for the wedding.
Yeah, okay, so I loved what everyone wore to this wedding. I gotta say, I absolutely loved that they brought back the prom tux for Bay. I loved Lily's dress. It was so cute. I would look so good in that dress is what I noticed.
I loved that dress.
And I really liked what Daphne wore as their minister. It was very nice. The fact that there was a best man, but that Catherine wasn't maid of honor, kind of weird, right? Like, if you're gonna do one, or was it just we need to make Bay feel like she's part of it? And Luca being there was weird. You got the sense that it was just to make Bay feel like she was part of it?
Just make Bay feel like she's important.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the reveal that they're moving home. Well, duh, we need them back on the show.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big twist. None of the story is a big twist, but it was cute. Seeing them fight was nice. That's a weird statement to say, but it was nice to see them fight and work through it, deal with his gambling, and consistency is key. Yes?
I have to say, watching the episode, I was thinking back to last week, and I'm like, everyone's prediction was right in some sense.
Absolutely. You want to take credit for a prediction, don't you?
No.
Uh-huh. All right. Any thoughts on the wedding before we move on to Bay and Travis? Is the chat ready for the Bay? Because there's so much Bay.
There's a lot of Bay and Travis. I've seen a lot of Travis on
and
the chat.
Tank. All right, let's do it. Okay, guys. So Bay and Mary Beth have to sort out their friendship because, as we all recall, Mary Beth was in love with Travis. I think they were a great relationship. I loved them together. Bay went to apologize by making this beautiful spiderweb covered ukulele, was it?
I want to make arts like Bay does. I'm bored at arts and crafts.
Well, you're not Bay.
I need lessons.
Take some. So Mary Beth is not exactly upset with Bay, but she is keeping her own secret. When Bay went over to turn in the ukulele, or to give her the ukulele, and she wouldn't open the door, I went, "There's someone there," and then I went, "Ah, crap, it's Tank." Okay, I think Travis had the best point when he said to Bay, like, "I get that I can't be mad at her because she broke, like, we're not together.
Yeah.
But she's with a rapist and I need to say something." And the fact that we're bringing this whole story back, that Tank, he did sexually assault Bay in one way or another. She was not able to consent. And we've discussed this on the show at length. If you want to check those episodes, they're on iTunes and YouTube. But we talked about how whether she remembers consenting, she was not able to have consented. She was drunk. She was past the point of consent. And that is a huge deal. And I know that we feel bad that Tank's life is ruined, but Bay was right when she said to Mary Beth, like, you cannot forgive him for something he did to me. And I think that's such an important line.
Yeah, that's what Kane Warren in the chat says. Throw girl code out the window because you can't date someone who did that to your friend.
Right. And the whole thing where Tank was like, you don't know what happened to Mary Beth. Her mom was sick. First of all, Tank, you don't get to tell Bay that that's what's up. That's Mary Beth's position. She can tell her that something happened. That's not your place, Tank. And to be like, you don't get it. Like, you guys should forgive each other. Stay out of it. Listen to me, rapist. Stay out of it.
And I like how they didn't pretend that whole storyline never happened.
Yes.
And just like, oh, now Mary Beth is dating Tank. Yay, let's move on.
Absolutely.
they didn't forget about the storyline, which most shows would, I feel like.
Yeah, I think you're right that most shows would gloss over it, be like, oh, by the way, remember that sexual assault? But this show, knowing its ending, was like, we are dealing with this. We're bringing it back. We're reminding you it happened. Yes.
Speaking of girl code, Billie Jean says, what did you think about Daphne and Bae's talk about girl code?
I think it was really great when Daphne and Bae like discuss that they've all dated the same people, and we're like, well, we don't seem to follow girl code, because there's a problem with girl code. It's about respect, and if you and your girls can respect each other and can communicate with each other that you're okay with one thing or the other, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Girl code is dependent on the girls involved, and I think that a lot of times guy code does not apply to guys, so we shouldn't be held to a higher standard. You know what I mean? It's unfair. It should be equal, and it's every person is different. If one of my friends dated one of my exes, depends on the friend and the ex, but I'd probably be okay with it. And that's the kind of thing that you and your girlfriend should be able to talk about. But I loved that Daphne was like, oh, here are a list of people that we all dated. So funny.
I just love their sister scenes.
They're great sisters. Cute. I love them as sisters. Ryan tweeted at me that he thinks Bae was overreacting about the Mary Beth thing.
No.
But I think he was talking about at the end when, after everything, she ran back to Mary Beth because her mom was sick and she felt guilty that she wasn't there. I believe that's what he was talking about. And I'll tell you this, like, I think he's right that, like, okay, you were gone, that you're not held responsible for what happened to her mother as much as she's not responsible for what happened to her mother.
I think that's just part of Bae, though. She just overreacts to everything.
Bae and Daphne, it's all about them.
Yeah.
Switched at birth, where the girls are selfish. But that's what we love about them. To be fair, we do love them. And then the episode ends with Bae lying to Travis that she has to go to work. When she said she had to go, she's like, Noelle needed me to come in for a bachelor party. I went, who's Noelle? Completely forgot that she's now working at the tattoo parlor with Noelle. Right?
Yeah.
I was like, what is she talking about? Work. Oh, that's right. She works at the tattoo parlor. But then when we see the text, she's going to see Emmett in the middle of the night, which is unacceptable. Yes.
There are people earlier saying that, or justifying it by saying that he's like sad, depressed, etc., etc.
True. Okay. Fair point. Emmett is going through depression. He is really upset. He does need someone to talk to. He did almost kill himself or attempt to. And he does need someone to talk to. But the fact that Bae lied to Travis about it is a huge deal. And what she should have done was told Daphne and sent Daphne to go talk to him. Daphne and Emmett, everyone seems to have forgotten, they were best friends before they met Bae. They were super close. And if he's going through stuff, he needs to go to Daphne because he can't be messing up Bae's relationship with Travis. They're happy, and if he cares about her, he will take a step back. That said, they're going to end up together, so calm down.
Yeah, they are.
I feel like so much happened in this episode, but it's just me talking about it, and sometimes the voice of the chat chimes in.
Hi.
Hello. So, surprise! I think we should, that's the name of this episode. I think we should head over to predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, in the promo for next week, we see Iris versus Daphne. It looks like Iris and the Black Student Union are protesting. She's wearing a shirt that says #StarvingForJustice. We see them chanting, "We won't go." And I believe, based on what I see, right, based on them there with a big sign that says Day One and her starving for justice, I'm going to go with hunger strike. That seems like a fair connection of all those dots. It looks like Emmett is getting a tattoo by Bae, and Bae tells Travis Emmett is just a friend. Travis gets into a fight with someone. Remember, Travis had an anger management issue? I'm so glad we're bringing that back. And then Daphne says to someone, she says she shouldn't have to endanger her life just to get justice, which I have a feeling has to do with Iris. Also, we see Cherie is there. those are what we saw from the promo. I'm going to start predicting. If you're in the live chat, start banging away, and Becca will catch it in a second. I think it's a hunger strike. I think Daphne is going to go to someone at the school. Lily's now going to be going back working at the school, so maybe she'll go talk to her. She says she shouldn't have to endanger her life just to get justice. I think that's related to Iris, because Daphne is trying to be on Iris's side, but Iris doesn't want Daphne's support, really. So that fight's going to keep going. I just don't understand why I don't know. I don't know why she's on strike. Maybe she wants Mingo out? Who knows? Emmett gets a tattoo. I want him to get, I really want him to get, I'm shouting. I want him to get this, the sledgehammer girl. The girl that Bay used to spray paint everywhere. For those who are listening on iTunes, you're missing all of my hand gestures trying to find my words.
It's quite entertaining.
Thanks, Becca. So yeah, I want him to get a tattoo of Bay's work. And Travis fights someone. It looks like he fights someone at the sport game. And so I hope it's either someone on the opposing team, or for some reason Emmett is there. I want a Travis Emmett fight where their shirts come off. Is that too much to ask for?
Ooh, I would love that.
Ooh, or a Travis Mingo fight. Travis Mingo where their shirts come off also would be okay. Really, any fight where shirts come off, we'd be cool with. Yeah, we don't care who's fighting or whose shirt comes off. Watch, Travis and Emmett are fighting and Daphne's shirt comes off. Yeah, support that as well. All right, predictions from the chat. Yes.
There's that Emmett is gonna split up Bay and Travis prediction on the chat.
From who? Who says that?
From Billie Jean Girl.
All right, boo. Billie Jean Girl thinks that Emmett's gonna break up Travis. Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I mean, at this point, yes. But if that happens, then Travis and Mary Beth can get back together. Because
that's what I was thinking too.
Here's what I'm gonna say, and this is a personal pet peeve of mine. It's very an issue I have. I don't like it when two plus-size characters are forced to be together. And Mary Beth and Tank, being two bigger people, being put together on the show, tells me that somebody in creative went, well, I don't know, let's just put them together. It was very groundbreaking, and it's sad that I have to point that out, for Mary Beth to be with Travis. That was a groundbreaking moment, and the idea that Mary Beth is now with Tank really angers me personally.
For multiple reasons.
For multiple reasons. So I'm just going to throw that out there, that I'd like Mary Beth to get back with Travis. What other predictions do we have? Anything about Iris? No? Yes. Keep going.
I can't say the name. Alila says there's nothing wrong with Iris. She doesn't need to go away. Her feelings should be addressed.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Read it again?
That
there's nothing wrong with Iris?
Yeah. Well, because Kane Norton says, I want Iris to go away. And then...
I see. So, Iris's character is developed very differently from what we knew, right? We met Iris, and she was the shy roommate who didn't have any friends. Somehow she became friends with Vimla. That's baffling. But also, she's now, she joined that sorority. Good way to make friends. And she's also part of the BSU, the Black Student Union, which is an amazing organization, a great way to make friends. So the fact that she's found her own voice is a really great story. The fact that this girl went from mousy to standing up for her rights and making a statement, I love that character arc, and I think it's a really interesting way to go. I also think that we're finally addressing Iris's feelings and how she felt unsafe versus the cultural appropriation, because when it came down to it, the distinction was the show's problem was not cultural appropriation. The show's problem was her safety and her feelings. So I'm glad that's where we're going to continue. Yes.
Colleen says that after what Travis says to Mary Beth, she doesn't want them back together.
Because he told her that she was a terrible person?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She was being a terrible person.
She was.
Also, I think that if Mary Beth can forgive someone who sexually assaulted her friend. She can forgive the
Travis.
man she's in love who was angry and thought she did something terrible and said, you are a terrible person.
Yeah. No,
I think she's a forgiven person.
I feel like that reaction was a little dramatic.
Travis's?
No, Mary Beth. To the terrible person comment. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess also, like, girl, we all have stuff going on in our lives. And, you know, we understand that you feel a lot of guilt about your mom. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel what you feel. Your feelings are valid. But everyone has stuff going on in their life, and they learn to deal with it. And that's part of being an adult. And that's what college is all about. So, Mary Beth, grow up. Any other predictions? Final thoughts?
Billie Jean girls, Travis needs to find someone good enough for him.
I agree.
And then
Yeah.
Colleen, I want Travis to be single so he can focus on his baseball.
That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like Travis would do really well being single and just like enjoying play in the field. That's a sport metaphor there. That was a good joke. No one's here to appreciate it.
I actually want Daphne to be with that baseball guy from last week.
You want Daphne with I forgot about the baseball guy from last week.
Me too.
Do you think he'll come back? Like the ladies thought?
Because they pointed that out, I was like, yeah, I'm on board with that.
Yeah, I guess well, I mean, it would be a great way to bring him into next week's story with the Black Student Union protest. I think it would be really nice to have him join the protest and make friends. He would be great with Iris, you know, two powerful protesters, but also Daphne, because that'd be hot. Yeah, and I like that John points out that he doesn't like Mingo today. So, you know, that was great.
I like Mingo.
Yeah, I like Mingo to look at, but when he opens his mouth. All right, any final thoughts? That sounds like a no.
No. Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. I apologize for being solo. Thank you, Becca, for being here. If you want to keep up with Becca during the week, you can find her at Becca B Talks TV. What after shows do you do if people want to see your face?
Beyond Shadowhunters and
Freeform.
Dance Mom.
Yeah, Beyond Shadowhunters and Freeform channel. Dance Moms, that's where you can find Becca's face. You can find my face on The Flash, Switch to Birth, Law and Order Special Victims Unit, Gay Weekly Roundtable, as well as the final season of Grimm on Sundays. That's where you find me. I'm Yael Tygiel, everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. Let me tell you about my podcast real quick. I have a podcast. It's called Intimate Interrogations. It is free on iTunes and Stitcher. Sometimes it is filthy, but sometimes it is not. And this week, it happens to not be. So check it out. Although if you check it out later or do the wrong episode, maybe it will be. Who knows? All right, we'll see you next time. Hopefully the ladies will be back. Hannah Pritchard and Kelsey Hightower. We'll see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.